Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Badratul Mutia. Will tell you about my mid-test, and it's all about discourse analysis and all of them, and I will tell you about. Here we go. So the first I will tell you about the urgency of studying discourse analysis in ELT or English language teaching. So the first, what are the reasons for studying DA? So the reason is studying discourse analysis is very important because discourse analysis bridge the subjects of language user and objects. By studying it, we can apply discourse analysis appropriately according to the condition that exists in society. Below will be explained several approaches in critical discourse analysis as follows. What normal Verklog make is that discourse is a social practice. And the second is what actually the differences between discourse analysis and error analysis. Discourse is the language context that exists in a conversation or communication interaction. Discourse is also a part of pragmatic studies. Discourse is a spoken or known as a spoken text. In addition, other meanings of discourse are: discourse is a language in context, referred to language in action, while text is written record of interaction, or we can say communicative event. Discourse bring together language, the individual producing the language, and content within which language is used. In understanding discourse, we must analyze all, not just one sentence, but several sentences, so that the whole sentence can be meaningful. A text of discourse consists of more than one sentences combined to form a meaningful whole. While the analysis of language error, or we can say like error analysis, is a study of types and causes of language errors, especially in the condition of second language. This field was pioneered by the Pete Corder in 1960 as an alternative of conservative and analysis in second language acquisition. I will tell you about discourse analysis and English language teaching. So what are the discourse and discourse analysis? So discourse is a language context that exists in conversation or communication interaction that I have said before. Discourse is also part of pragmatic studies. Discourse with spoken text and discourse analysis is the study of social life understood through analysis of language in its widest sense, including face-to-face, talk or non-verbal interaction, image, symbols, and documents. First, Over's way of investigating meaning, whether in conversation or in culture. And the second is what are teaching and English language teaching? Teaching is a real teaching practice that is directly carried out by the students in the form of actual teaching. This teaching practice is usually carried out by students during field experience, and namely in good schools and the communicative language teaching learning method are also called the communicative approach is a learning method that provides learning emphasis on students. Interaction is the ultimate goal of learning. And the last is what is actually the relationship between discourse and English language teaching. So discourse analysis can help to create a second language learning environment that more accurately reflects how language is used and encourage learners toward their goal of proficiency in another language. And analysis of discourse data encourage students to reflect upon and critically evaluate knowledge accurate in the study of, for example, syntax and semantics, as well as naturally drawing students to the investigation of socially situated language use. I will tell you about the scope of discourse analysis. The first, I will tell you about what is spoken discourse. Here we go. So what is actually the spoken discourse? The ideas concerning spoken discourse have defined a language is verbally used by using speech in communication. Also, it constitutes a series of conventional systems of sounds, and also its actual representation is speaking understanding. Speaking means to understand spoken discourse. And the second is what are the differences between classroom and casual conversation. So there are two types of conversation conversation, namely classroom conversation and casual conversation. Well, of course, these two conversations have differences, namely in casual conversations, people do not need to put their hands up if they want to speak in classroom. In classroom conversation, students are expected to do it if they want to say something. According to Barnes 1971, teachers rarely ask questions to which they do not already know the answer. In real life, people normally ask questions to find out something they do not know. And Dillman in 1976, in the classroom, teachers are expected to follow up the pupil's response with some kind of evaluation, like "good girl, that's right." But outside the classroom, this type of follow-up would be quite out of place. And the third is about the reason for analyzing the discourse classroom and casual conversation. Reason for discourse analysis of classroom conversation is like to show its typical characteristics in terms of structures, function, and so forth, which have made it different from casual conversation, and also to encourage the students to know and to use the characteristic when they are in the classroom settings and want to involve in conversation therein, and also to see what goes on in the classroom and to evaluate the end products of our teaching, and that's of our student in Messi in 1991. And how to analyze the discourse, example for analyzing to discourse. For example, discourse analysis could be used to assess how language is used to express differing viewpoints on financial inequality, and would look at how the topic should or shouldn't be addressed or stifled, and whether the so-called inequality is prefaced as such by participant. And the fifth is what things are found from the analysis. We can know that when the extract is analyzed, we found out following instruct functions such as initiation, recollect formation, confirm comprehension, and invite question. Nonverbal response is a function for implicitly show conversation, and also the reaction is a function for reinvite question and inform the next activity too. And what are the implications of the analysis result to teaching and learning speech and delivery in ELT? So, the generic structure identified after the discourse analysis may be used as a speech outline that function to help students in order to be able to recognize ideas logically and clearly in making a speech. By having an outline, a speaker is able to develop his speech more structuralized and easy to understand, especially if the student can use appropriate expression to convey each function within the basic structures of their speech. It will make the speech sound authentic and natural. So here we can conclude that actually there are many differences. What is actually discourse analysis, what is actually discourse, and what is actually English language teaching. But here in conclusion, I will tell you what is the differences between English language teaching and also what is actually discourse analysis. So we can conclude that discourse is the language context that exists in a conversation or communication interaction. Discourse is also a part of pragmatic studies, and the role of literature in English language teaching classroom has been researched by many experts, and now many of them view literary text providing linguistic input in addition to effective stimuli for students to express themselves in other language. In this way, literature can be a potential source of learner motivation. Okay, so thank you so much for today. I hope you can enjoy my speaking, what I'm talking about, and thank you very much. I'm Badratul Mutia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.